when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses, there's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things that they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. You can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. Hope you're all doing well. I'm going to do my best. A friend dropped me off a a very well received gift earlier, and I just got down with one hell of a coughing fit. No, not that kind of gift. I know what some of you are thinking, and you would normally be correct, but that's not the case this time. No, I have an albuterol inhaler, but it was prescribed to me like, I don't know, 9 years ago or so. And so what I did was, back then, I was hanging on because I knew that was going to be a limited time thing. So I was hanging on to anything like that, the albuterol inhalers, and I've even still got the Symbicort because I never did take those. Probably no good by now. And anyway, so my breathing took a considerable turn for the worse last, I don't know, couple of months or so. And so I tried using that old inhaler, and I didn't know how effective it would be. I just hoped like it would. I didn't think it would kill me. I'm not that foolish. But I didn't know if it would still have any effectiveness. And you can tell it's nothing like, again, I had one that was actually in date that was given to me, just a regular albuterol inhaler. And I was having a little bit of an issue, and so I went ahead and I tried that one, gave it a shot. Oh yeah, the my old inhaler, yeah, it doesn't, it's not effective no more. Not only did I open up, but with the newer inhaler, I started hacking up everything that was in me, which is a good thing, but not when you're trying to do a news show. So I'm going to do my best. Pardon me, I try not to be somebody that clears their throat all the time in the microphone. Giggle, giggle. That's why I have enough common sense to use a microphone that I can pull away from. You know, because I care that you guys, at least to some level, that you guys have good audio. I'd give a shit less about the video. I'm being honest. I don't care about the video. But, and it's just one of those personal things. We all got them, right? I like good audio. Whether I'm listening to music or whether I'm listening to somebody talk about the end of the world, I like good audio. And that includes, you know, not doing that in a microphone for people. That's why I use a studio mic like this. Turn my head and back away, because then you guys barely hear it. You're welcome. Anywho, wow. This craziness is gonna get out of hand in a hurry. It truly, truly is. But I want to talk about something. And for the regulars, it's probably gonna seem like I'm beating a dead horse. And I am. However, see, here's the thing. I'm afraid of the Father. I'm afraid of what the Father can do. And when I look at man, and I look at the Father, and I weigh each one, let me tell you, I'm far more concerned with what the Father can do. By far. Chop my damn head off. I'm going to spend eternity with the Father. Chop my head off. I get it. Not a lot of people truly do. I get it. there are some very important instructions in that good book, some of which include what will happen to those that know but don't blow their trumpet. I do not want to be categorized as one of they, those, them. Absolutely not. And so therefore, I will blow my trumpet, and I will blow it again, and I will blow it again, and I will blow it louder and louder and louder. Because I'm not afraid of man. I'm afraid of what the Father can do. Because I agreed to follow his will. And if I renege on that deal, I'd already reneged on it. I know what happens. I know what happens. Man can kiss my ass 10 ways from Sunday. And I mean it. That's not meant for anybody to take personal or anything like that. But I've got my priorities in check. And the last I checked on those priorities, the Father is first. Nowhere have I ever seen, well, other than those that don't accept him, that the Father is not supposed to be first. So with that in mind, understand that everything I approach from, or try to in my best ability, to approach from a biblical mindset. Why? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. Right? The whole reason why Christians are called Christians is because it's Christ-like. Right? 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 Yeah, that didn't turn out so well, did it? So let's get into meat and potatoes. And that's why I'm going over this again, is because there's a lot of folks that really haven't had it broke down, you know, Barney style. And honestly, that's what it takes for people to grasp it. Now, there are some people that aren't going to grasp it. They're never going to grasp it. They don't want to grasp it. And mostly because of tradition. Mostly because all they know is what they have been told all their life. Let me tell you something. The Father doesn't care about man's tradition. Doesn't give one care. The Father cares whether or not it is righteous. Period. It doesn't matter whether you're a member of blue team, red team, orange team, green team. It doesn't matter. The Father doesn't care. Is it righteous? I don't know how more blatantly clear it needs to be at the who's who in modern day versus biblical history. And this is biblical history, folks. This isn't, it didn't even nothing to do with religion. This is history. First of all, find me Israel on a biblical map. Locate it for me. Point it out to me. No, not the land that they claim is theirs today. Bullshit. I'm talking about the land that they claim is supposed to be theirs today. That's nowhere in the Bible. Because it's not land. And just as I've made sure to put in the description of this video, I want to make it very clear. I kind of can't be anti-Semitic. It'd be a little hard for me to do because I'm Hebrew. I would be anti myself. Hebrews are a part of the true biblical Israel. It's not a land. It's a people. It's a mindset. It's a heart set. It's a spiritual desire. Not property. And didn't the good book say that Israel was just scattered about the earth? And by the way, that was just a punishment, was it not? Was it not a punishment to Israel that they were scattered about the earth? And what else? What else about that when they were scattered about the earth? What was it? They were given different languages. Holy cow! Most people don't even think about that part. Do you know the biggest disconnect in between different religious beliefs? Language. Because it's the same damn story. One's in this language, the other's in this language, the other's in this language. It's the same story. Same story. Same story. And by the way, in those stories, can anybody point out to me who it is we are instructed to hate? Can somebody point out to me where in the Bible it tells me who I'm supposed to hate? Anybody do that? No? Yeah, I can't either. Damnedest thing, isn't it? So people can run and jump and support unrighteousness all they want. I'm not going to. What I am going to do is continue to blow my trump in service to the Father, regardless. Because I'm not here to serve man. And again, I don't mean anybody to take that personally. I'm not here to serve man. I'm not here to serve myself. Here because I don't want my ass whooped by Dad again. Is that good? Dad'd give you an ass whooping, I'll tell you that. One you will not forget. So pardon me if I'm a little rough sometimes. Pardon me if I don't have sympathy for imbeciles like pinball preparedness. Whatever. That's the difference in being here to serve oneself and to serve man versus someone who serves the Father. You want to see wheat and tares? There's your wheat and tares. I've been here for 10 years. I've got as much as I can do videos on showing you how to do different things. I don't have the money to fund projects, to do all kinds of stuff. Otherwise, it would. I would do anything if I had a cheap-ass Harbor Freight welder, a 55-gallon drum, steel, and the other accoutrements that I would need to, with you, build a gasifier. I've built a shit ton of them. I know how to build them. I would do anything to be able to build one for you. Hey, there's guys out there that's done it. There's tons of videos out there on it. You can go to the watchmannews.com. You can download the PDF. You don't have to register or sign up. You just go and download the damn thing or put it in Google. If I could, I would. I do. I've actually prayed on that multiple times. That somehow the Father sees it, that I could be able to do that. To be able to show you somebody do it. Lead by example. But monetarily, I can't do it. Well, first of all, man, we got fed a lot of misinformation and bullshit, and it happens every single time there's a conflict. And I've reminded people about the 90s and all the shit they claimed Hussein did, and how he was dumping babies out of the incubators, and it was lies. All of it was a lie. The chemical attacks, they were all lies. I'm not saying that there were not atrocities committed. It is war. Let's stop being naive. Atrocities happen from both sides. The problem with this beheaded baby thing, dude, is it's already been outed by Israel itself. Israel itself says they have no evidence of that. None. So why are people carrying it around like a badge? Killing is wrong, the last I checked. Maybe I need to read the Bible again. Maybe I missed something. Killing is wrong. But so is stealing. But so is saying the Father's name in vain, which isn't necessarily saying it as a cuss word. Oh, it's using the Father's name to make money, using the Father's name to gain power, to gain respect, using the Father's name unrighteously. That is using his name in vain. And yeah, I would say that those who refuse, that won't even recognize the Messiah, I got nothing. I'm here for the Father. And it's like this. There's only righteous and unrighteous. And if you're not on the righteous side, don't know what to tell anybody. I don't care who says what. I don't care what tradition is. I don't care what I've been told all my life. I don't care what religion says what. I don't know. I care what the Father says, what the Scripture says. That's it. Why? Why am I that way? How can I be so laser focused? Exactly. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. You damn right. And I firmly believe that the more righteous you are, the more vengeance the Father will seek on your behalf. I think it's kind of a you scratch your back, I scratch yours kind of a deal. I really do. I hope that's true. I believe it. I believe it with all my heart. That's why 10 years ago I decided that I was not going to be the person that I was. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't all bad. In fact, far from it. I've always had some very, very good attributes. But I was a male hoe like you wouldn't believe, man. I mean, that was my biggest downfall, was lust, was women. My biggest downfall. That was where I failed time and time again. So be it. like I've said many times before on this show, I'm tired of putting the car in the ditch. I gave him the wheel. Now, I can't excuse any of what's going on. None. And that starts, well, before then, but just for understanding of what I'm saying, it started in 1948. The Father did not say anywhere that these people who claim to be mine should be allotted this portion of land. If anybody can show me that in the Bible, then you've got an argument for quote-unquote Israel. But until somebody can biblically back, and I mean not some kind of horseshit one piece of scripture that they base things like pre-trib rapture on. No. I mean an actual backing. Because I know it's not there. In fact, in the end, Israel doesn't exist. None, I repeat, none of the churches keeps their lamb. So if you're rooting for any of the organized religions right now, it should be a pretty good indicator to you. And you might want to look around a little bit. Not my words. It's in the Bible. It's crazy because I actually do get a fair amount of hate for just speaking what the Bible says. It's amazing. You know? You know how the churches have been doing all kinds of craziness, opening themselves to all kinds of alternative lifestyles and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm pretty sure most of you know that that's not righteous. But they do it because if they don't do it, they won't have any money coming in. See, now that's using the Father's name in vain. It's another way of using the Father's name in vain. They're using the Father unrighteously to get a gain, a monetary gain. It could be a monetary gain, personal gain, doesn't matter. If you use the Father's name unrighteously for self-gain, that's using His name in vain. Hey, I can't help it. He wrote the rules, not me. The true reason why the Christians have traditionally been taught to back Israel with all their might is the same damn reason that I've been saying for the past Father knows how long. There's no other way you can break it down. Okay? Judaism is Judaism. It's the same as it was. Right? The Jews now were the Jews. Right? Right? Yeah. Not Israel, but the Jews. Two different things. Jews can be a part of Israel. They can be. Right? It's like you could be Hebrew and not be a part of Israel. Because if it's not truly of your heart, mind, and soul, then you're not a part of Israel. So just because you make a claim, identify as something doesn't make it so. It's much the same like all this trans nonsense going on. Just because somebody claims to be righteous, just because somebody claims to be following the Father, doesn't make it true. takes a little bit more than those claims. So we can pretty well figure it out then who in biblical times was who when it comes to Judaism, right? The Jews were the Jews. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but the Jews were given a choice. They were given a choice to pick one of two people to be put to death for their charged crimes. And I never can say the guy's name. Is it Babaloo, right? I don't know. I can't say his name without actually reading it, and I don't have it up in front of me. If I'm reading it, I'm good. But if I'm not reading it, yeah, I can't say it. Anyway, I have a problem. Can somebody remind me who it was that chose that Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, our Savior, right? Our Messiah, right? The Messiah. Who was it that chose that our Messiah be put to death instead of the murderer? Refresh my memory. Who that was. I can't remember who that was. It was the same people, though. I do remember this. It was the very same people that Yeshua rejected. And they went against his will anyway and still called him their king. See, he was very clear to them when they asked him. And he was very clear. He wanted no part of being their king. Very clear on that. And I want to be very clear that he was very clear on that. Seems to get glossed over somehow. It's there. Look it up. He rejected them. I mean, come on. They chose him to die over a murderer. And then turned around and wanted him to be their king. I wonder how the Father felt about that. You know? I wonder. But there's another side, that was involved in what transpired with our Messiah. And that would have been the Romans. Or as you would call them, the Catholics. The Christians, because understand that Christianity is all spin-offs, pretty much. And now I'll tell you about how they're the only true and one, right? Every single one of them will tell you about how they're the only true and one, and if you don't follow their way, you're going to hell, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the Father didn't say that. Father did not say that. It's about your heart, mind, and soul, about your heart, mind, and spirit. And you can't bullshit that. Either you are a righteous person or you are not. You can't lie your way out of that. But they're trying. Because the Romans became the Catholics. That happened at the Council of Nicaea, for anybody keeping score. A lot of things happen with the Council of Nicaea, including some books added to the Bible, like Romans. And a bunch of books, I believe, 21 of them or some odd, that were removed from the Bible. Pretty important stuff, wouldn't you think? What was he said about people that take away or add to? Ugh, I hate to be them, right? I urge people to go read the Apocrypha. Read the whole scripture, not just the parts that the Christians want you to see. And I'm not meaning that personal against a single Christian out there. That is aimed specifically, directly at the individuals that were at the Council of Nicaea that created the Great Deception. None of this should be as construed as anything personal. I don't know how much more somebody can lay out to them that the two biggest belief systems, the two biggest quote-unquote spiritual organizations on this planet are A, the ones that chose the Messiah to be killed over a murderer, and B, those that did the murdering of the Messiah. And you've got those two groups of individuals largely running the entire planet's spiritual systems, if you will. By Disney, I don't know. I wouldn't trust anything from Disney. I don't think there is one that you can get today that has every book. There might be, there could be. I don't have one. I do have a book of the Apocrypha. I gave you a link to that one, the one that I have. There very likely could be one out there that is, okay. Yeah, there could be one out there. A Bible that has, all the original books in it. I don't know, I've never seen one. I've never had one. That certainly doesn't mean they don't exist. So, I tell you, what's going on really has me concerned. It truly does. I've actually even passed the thought across my mind a couple of times as of recent of, dumbass, watch for what you wish for. Right? Not that I wish for bad things. But I have said on record many times that I'm tired of waiting to dance. If we're gonna dance, let's dance. Right? How many times have I said that? And now it's time to dance, and damn, my shoes feel a little bit tight. You know what I mean? No, I'm not one of those that talks about being an operator until it's time to operate. No. But, I am old and I am tired. Damn it, man. Now, I have to be kicked in the ribs that many damn times along my life. Which never happened, by the way, but... punched in the ribs once. Knocked the wind out of me. 4th grade, I think it was. I think it was 4th grade. It could have been 3rd grade, though. That's okay. I can't say that I got him back physically. Oh, much better than that. I got him back. I don't know how you would say it. So, okay, before I get into the news, I got to tell you about that story. Again, like 3rd, 4th grade. Old Sean. I'd tell you his last name if I could remember. Nah, damn it. It's not like it's important. Anyway, dude, I can't remember. I'm thinking 3rd grade because I was dressed up for the Halloween parade. Okay? I don't think we did that in 4th grade anymore. So I'm pretty sure I was in 3rd grade. And I begged and I begged and I begged my mom to make me a cat costume for Halloween. And so she did. And I was proud of that cat costume. I really was. And I can remember being in the bathroom, and dude walks up and grabs my tail, yanks on my tail, right? And I turn around, and he punched me in the gut. And, I mean, I didn't even know what to expect, right? Again, I think 3rd grade. He knocked the wind out of me. I doubled over. Whatever. So, post-high school, I think it was post-high school. Yeah, it was post-high school. I was with a guy at Hardee's here in town, and dude had his girlfriend with him. And the guy that I was with, total jackass. He really, truly is. Well, he decided to get stupid with his girlfriend. And I was just working my way around after realizing what was transpiring, what was going on. I was working my way over to him because before I said anything, I wanted to be close. You know, close enough to reach out and touch someone. And a lot of times when you address somebody like that, they will immediately strike at that person. So I wanted to be close enough to intervene. I worked my way over to him. And I'll be damned, here comes Sean. Same dude, knocked the wind out of me like 3rd grade. Here he comes, blasting through the damn door of Hardee's. Jason Goodall was his name, right? Sean, I can't remember his last name. I don't know why either. That's so messed up. Anyway, Jason Goodall was the kid. And, I mean, he just starts pummeling Jason, which I was like a half a step behind him from doing. And, you know, hey, Jason got his just deserves. I mean, that was that. I mean, I'm not even going to defend what he was doing. And, so then, just that quick, Sean spins around and takes a swipe at me. And I block it. And I just kind of look at him, because this shit wasn't going to happen a second time. And I just kind of looked at him, cocked my head. He takes a second shot, blocked it. I'm like, you really are fucking stupid. I didn't say that, but I'm thinking that. Because, folks, if you don't know me, you don't know me. I have been known to clear rooms by myself. If you don't know me, you don't know me. A whole lot of damn reasons why I'm doing everything to be in the Father's good graces. Anyway, he took a third shot. Once again, blocked it. All three of them was a cross block. Not a big deal. Upper cross block, not a big deal. Well, third time, you're out, right? Third strike, you're out. So he took that third shot. I blocked that third shot, and I stepped forward. That time I stepped into him. And right at the same damn time, we heard sirens. My girlfriend at the time worked at Hardee's. I used to work there. She was still working there at the time. And I don't know, I might have been working there at the time. I don't know. I don't remember if I was working there still or not. I don't think so, though. But Alana was. And she was at work. And, of course, she was the one that called police because, she had to. And, anyway, he took off. He bolted out the door. But, he was about to learn a lesson that he wasn't going to forget. And I know that I am the absolute last person that he would have expected that lesson to come from. But I think he figured out real damn quick that I wasn't going to back down to him. Why would I? Why would I? Again, if you don't know me, you don't know me. And you know what? I can't count on my hands how many people know me. It is what it is. A lot of damn things in my lifetime. And there ain't any one person that can tell you that they've kept a tab on me and what I've done the entire damn time. That is for a reason. That was for a prior lifestyle in many ways. Not all of it bad. Most certainly not all of it bad. Anyway, I just thought it was a funny story. I do, though. You always have those. I do. It's one of those things I wished I would have just grabbed him anyway. But I would have went to jail, and I knew it. But I did. I wanted to just grab him anyway and pummel his ass, just for payback, just to let him know you aren't. Because this dude, would, from my understanding, I didn't never personally seen this, but I've heard the stories. There's a little town near here called Marine, and I've heard stories that this dude would jump people that were just pumping their gas and shit at the gas station at night. I can't confirm it or anything like that. That's not cool. It's not cool. Folks, we don't want to head where we're heading. There are some people it won't faze that much to do some of the things that need to be done, myself included. That ain't a good thing. I don't want to. I really, really don't want to. I will. You're damn right I will, without hesitation. I don't want to. I think the whole most frustrating thing about all of this is the fact that I don't want to. But I don't have a choice. Prepare for some rough times. I mean that. I do not see us backing away from the situation with Israel. The entire landscape of the world could be dramatically changed within hours even. I don't think so. I think that's being a bit melodramatic. But make no mistake, what's happening right now in the Middle East is going to be felt around the world for a long time to come. Way more than anything that could happen with Russia and Ukraine or Taiwan and China or North Korea and South Korea. Now, this is by far worse. Ripple effects in just about every area that you can imagine are tremendous, whether it be from energy costs to there won't be any more imported goods, and what do we make now? Nothing. Prepare for a long road ahead. The thing that bothers me is there are a lot of good people in this world. And that's what bothers me the most. Is that those good people, many of them will fall as well. I don't know. Just not right. Just not right. And anybody that goes out there and tries to tell the truth, well, we'll just say they get crucified. Oh, did they put a static carrier by Gaza? Really? Are you serious? That's messed up. Is that part of the Maverick package? Are you sure that's one of the Maverick packages? Do you have any of the carrier mods installed from any of the other developers? Inquiring minds want to know. 'Cause, I mean, like, the super carrier mod might have one over there. India Fox Techo's got carriers, and I think there's another dev that's got carriers, and I'm talking aside from Microsoft's. I worked on my interior a little bit today, and that was about it. I didn't even go in and fly any. I went in to check out the interior I was working on. That was it. I am seriously going to be doing that sting, though, by the way. I'm not just, I'm going to get that thing right. But I want it to be something stupid. Like how you seen it leave the runway and, hit 500 knots before we were off airport property. Yeah, something like that. Except, when you let the throttle down, you should slow down. And that's the trick, is getting it to slow, giving it all that power, and at the same time, giving it enough drag that you can actually slow down. A new turboprop. Sweetamus. What is that? Oh. CVN 78. Are you sure that's not the super carrier? Inquiring minds want to know. Isn't there one at Haifa with the super carrier group? I believe. So that wouldn't be Microsoft. That would be them. And it was there when they released it. So. I'm pretty sure I saw that. Because I was trying to find them all. And I remember seeing Haifa in there. Ouch. Which is the turboprop coming? I'm wanting more. There's been a lot of good GA aircraft, right? We got an awesome piston engine. You know, the Comanche. That thing's incredible. We got a good turboprop. That TBM 850 is the bomb. Howdy, witnesser. And I really got no complaints with the F-22. I really like the F-16. No real big complaints with that. But we do need some work. By the way, there was an update for the F-35. And supposedly they did a lot of tweaking with the maneuverability of it. So we shall see. But in reality, the maneuverability of an F-35 really isn't that great. So oh man, I think the A can do the most stuff, and it's not that great. So it's not meant to fight in the same way that like the F-22 is meant to fight. It's not meant to do ballet dancing in the air. It's meant to be able to get in and out of Dodge really damn quick and do a lot of incredible electronic crap along the way. And it's really good at doing that. But that's pretty much the purpose. So, and that's why they designed that aircraft as an aircraft to sell to many other countries, because not only is that a major cash cow, but it also will also allow them to gather data from those aircraft anywhere they are. So any of these partnering countries that are flying F-35s around, you better believe all that data that those aircraft are taking in is getting databased and getting stored. All of it. That's what the aircraft is designed to do. So it's probably more surveillance, to be real honest, than about anything. It's surveillance and information. It can fight. It's good at fighting at distances. So it's well capable of fighting at a distance, but it's not designed to dogfight. Anyway, sorry. I get on talking on planes, man, and I never shut up because I love aircraft. Yeah, I'm binging and bonging and... Okay. Anyway, I reckon we could kind of talk a little bit about news. Imagine, no, we talk theology, now we're news. Why would a news show talk about news? I don't know. Why do the prepping shows not talk about prepping? And when they do, it's all about what you can buy. As in, that's a skill or something. Anyway, let me take you on over to the back of the woodshed. No. This is kind of messed up, man. And I normally would read the articles to you. No, I want you to see the video. It's 5 minutes in length. And you ask why I might not have any faith in our government or any of its institutions. This is one of the good reasons why.
His smile got bigger. It was very deranged, but I could very clearly see that there was nothing behind his eyes. He was looking in our direction, but not looking at anything at all. And smiling really big, and then pop, pop.
All new details coming to light tonight about the frightening ordeal involving the man you see here. He's accused of triggering panic with a shooting in the middle of a Kirkwood Halloween event. Good evening, I'm Samantha Jones.
And I'm Corey Stark. That man is Matthew McCullough, a St. Louis County officer, as well as the son of the county's former prosecutor. At this hour, he is sitting in jail. And
the details of what McCullough is accused of doing are chilling, given children were all around. The court documents are 6 pages long, and perhaps the most eye-opening bit is this. After harassing multiple people, witnesses say Matthew McCullough got verbal, saying, quote, "You are all going to die." That's when he started firing shots.
First Alert 4's Russell Kinsall is in Kirkwood tonight at North Middle School, where this story all began last night. Russell?
So first of all, I want to explain that Tillman Elementary School held its annual trunk or treat Halloween event here at North Kirkwood Middle School because there's construction going on at the school. Well, teachers at the school, parents, students at the school, all today trying to come to grips with the fact that the person charged with making a terrorist threat and charged with endangering the welfare of children at that event is a parent of 2 students at Tillman and a police officer.
His hand was in the air holding a gun.
Daphne Dysars was at the trunk or treat event with her family when the chaos erupted. Matthias Beretti was there also. He was looking after his little sister.
Yeah, I just saw a puff of smoke and everyone running, so I ran as well.
I fired one shot and waited for a reaction because a lot of people didn't realize if that was real, it was a firework.
The suspect, Matthew McCullough, is charged with 11 felony counts, including endangering the welfare of a child. He's also the parent of 2 students at Tillman Elementary School, a St. Louis County police officer, and the son of former county prosecutor Bob McCullough. Another parent said he didn't seem to be in his right mind.
Once he saw the reaction, his smile got bigger. It was very deranged, but I could very clearly see that there was nothing behind his eyes. He was looking in our direction, but not looking at anything at all, and smiling really big, and then pop, pop.
Parents describe panic and chaos erupting as shots were fired. Children were panicked and frightened.
It kept going over and over, and I heard people running and screaming. I didn't know what to do, really.
Counseling was provided by the school district at Tillman Elementary. One parent said her fear has turned to anger over a school event that ended up traumatizing children and putting them in danger.
There's a lot of anger and sadness that I feel because there's a lot of loss of joy and excitement that those kids, they missed out on. They were so excited. They worked so hard on this event.
So the students that I spoke with today all had been up to Tillman Elementary School and had taken time to talk with counselors. And they told me it actually did feel better once they started talking about what they saw and what they experienced yesterday here at the event. Live in Kirkwood, Russell Kinsall, First Alert 4.
Glad that resource is there for them, Russell. Thank you. County Police Chief Kenneth Gregory telling First Alert 4 tonight, quote, "We were disappointed to learn that the actions of one of our officers caused a disturbance in a profession where we are called to keep the peace. This display of disregard for safety is concerning. We are very grateful that no one was hurt." Per department policy, at this time, the officer has been placed on unpaid administrative leave pending an internal investigation conducted by our Bureau of Professional Standards.
Police tell First Alert 4 he was there at the event with his family. Tonight, Chief Investigator Lauren Traeger is working to find out exactly who Matthew McCullough is, as people wonder, how did this happen, especially by someone who's sworn to serve and protect.
Matthew McCullough comes from a law enforcement family and has been behind the badge in St. Louis County for almost 6 years. His father is Bob McCullough, who served as the St. Louis County prosecutor for decades. Bob McCullough and his family putting out a statement today saying, quote, "Please know we are eternally grateful that no one was physically injured. However, we also are painfully aware that an incident such as this can and does cause significant emotional trauma to those, especially children and their parents, who witness such an event. Our thoughts and prayers are with those victims." They say they will have no further statement as the investigation continues. Matthew McCullough is 39 years old and a current St. Louis County police officer employed with the county since 2017. He's currently on unpaid administrative leave. His wife filed for divorce earlier this year. Otherwise, there is not a lot of information on the public record about him and little indication publicly of behavior that might lead up to this. Charging documents against him say he has access to numerous personal weapons and is known to carry a weapon, calling his behavior, they say, erratic and violent. He now faces serious prison time if convicted on the 11 felonies. Lauren Traeger, First Alert 4 investigates.
Okay, I had to turn the audio down because if I spoke without turning it down, yeah, we'd have been hearing all kinds of squealing and feedback. So anyway, I want to point something out in that, actually on the behalf of the officer, something that was pointed out in that video that is absolutely nonsensical. She had said that he was known for carrying a weapon. Well, for those that don't know, every police department that I know of requires their officers to carry an off-duty pistol. So the fact that he commonly carried a weapon around was because he had to. So that was your little anti-gun attempt there, and it's a big fail because all he was doing was what he was supposed to be doing as far as carrying a weapon with him at all times. However, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to scare a bunch of families at a trunk or treat event. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to run through these kind of quick because, somebody jabbermouthed. I don't know who. I don't know. Got to find that guy who's in charge of scheduling and, well, tell him to schedule a little better. Write my scripts a little shorter. Let's see. This is more information about more current events happening in Israel. This is probably, to be honest, at this time, probably a little outdated. I would urge you, that's still the main story they have showing up. And like I say, when you go to this website, it's War News 247 dot gr. warnews247.gr is the website. I'll put it in the chat. But you will have to translate it. Oops, no, not paste. Dang it, hang on. Right there for the chat. You do have to translate it. It will be in Greek. Unless you know Greek, then just read away, homie. I don't know Greek, so I have to cheat. So, that is the last main article, if you will, that they have posted. But there may be more updates to it now. Just really watch what's going on over there closely, and this is a really good site to use to keep up on, especially war type of events. So they have been covering the ordeal with Russia and Ukraine very closely, been doing a very good job of it. I can't recommend getting information from them enough. There's a lot of even your alternative U.S. sources that are just absolutely filled with agenda. I've not really seen it here other than just bringing you as much factual information as they can. That's all I've seen here. Right on, Leo. Yep. It is top notch. I learned about that site because of BP Earthwatch. So that's where I learned of it from. Gaza could turn into a graveyard for Israeli troops, says Tehran. Again, not going to read these because I jabberjawed all night already. But you get the mindset. That's the point, the mindset. Netanyahu warns of a long war, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday as well. This is not something that they think they're going to walk in and just wipe out. No, they're not. Israel's not even expecting that. Israel's expecting a war. They're expecting a fight. So, I think there's a lot of people that, for some reason, think that Israel is capable and Israel is just going to go in and wipe them out. Neither is true. Now, I'm not saying that they're not really capable. What I'm getting at with that end of things is they're even having problems being equipped. All right? And we should know this song and dance because we did the same thing in the Middle East ourselves. We weren't really readily equipped when we went in. We had a lot of troops dying because there wasn't enough or the proper armor on vehicles and stuff like that. So incidents that were costing U.S. troops lives shouldn't have cost their lives. but they didn't have the equipment they were supposed to have to do the job. Israel is in the same boat. So that's going to be a stumbling block. But also, you've got quite a few factions that are ponying up on the Hamas side. Quite a few. And between all of them, you're talking about a whole lot of money and weapons. This is probably going to be the ugly one. I would say this is probably going to be the conflict of conflicts for this entire civilization. I think this is going to be the worst. I really do think it's put up or shut up time. I really do believe that. EU to establish humanitarian air corridor to Gaza. So let's hope that they're able to successfully do that. I believe Glenn Beck, I love Glenn Beck. I don't agree with him on his viewpoints on this whole situation, not even remotely. It was odd because Stu today was talking about people being brainwashed, and Stu was talking about like the Palestinian people and the people, you know, that are a part of, about how they were so brainwashed and all that. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, who was brainwashed? Because it seems to me that I recall that a bunch of white men in 1948 came together and dreamed up this idea that they somehow called justified today. Yeah, there was a whole lot of people, I agree, that were brainwashed into thinking that that was okay. Even though that it had no biblical backing. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. And I can't not look at that, and I can't not call that out, because if I fail to blow my trumpet, that is on me. That is on me. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let the two factions that were involved in killing my Messiah, one of them denying his existence, yeah, I'm telling you, I have to take the righteous stance on this. I have to go with the Father. I can't go with man. Sorry. Can't go with man on this one. And then you got this bitch. Oh, we can afford 2 wars. We can afford. Loyola, you can, right? You got it? You got this, right, brother? Witnesser, Fire Marshal Bill, you guys got this, right? You're putting the bill, right? I'm kind of broke. Anyway, yeah, so apparently we can afford 2 wars. We can't afford to give the people who lost everything in the horrific fires in Maui, we can't afford to give them an actual chance of restarting, but we can afford 2 wars. Yeah, we got tons of money for that. We can't do anything to, knock down on the amount of homeless populations that we're creating all around the country, but we can afford 2 wars. Most definitely. I got a good laugh at this, I must admit. Forgive me, Father, if that's wrong, but it was pretty funny. So Zelensky had the bright idea of going to Israel because, it'd make a pretty cool photo shoot, right? Look at all the photo shoots that he took, like, in Ukraine. And I mean, he's like Mr. Photo Shoot Fresh, is he not? And so, like, He wanted to go to Israel, and they tell him, nah, bruh, not a good time. Not a good time. But old stumbling, fumbling, mumbling Joe is going to go, I guess, or at least he wants to. That's in the headline. So I'm pretty sure that they're already starting him on training him to go back up the steps again. So they got to do it every time, you know. And right before he does it, they got to go through a rehearsal. Right foot, left foot, right foot. No, you can have your muffin later. Right foot, right foot. No, no ice cream right now. Right foot. Did you poop your pants again, Joseph? I mean, you know, it's a busy day for those folks. Busy day. All right. I'm horrible. Oh, man. I mean, I'm trying to be good. I hope the Father can foresee my lunacy. Hell, I hope I make him laugh. I'm positive I've made him laugh, but that ain't necessarily a good thing. Let's see. Russia suspends all seafood imports from Japan. Well, they're anti-Japanic. How dare them be anti-Japanic? No, it's not anti-Japanic. It's because the fish fucking glow, yo. Yeah, they glow. Glow-in-the-dark fish probably don't taste well. So, that's why. Because the fish glow, yo. Well, I mean, they may not actually glow as an luminescent, but you stick a Geiger counter by them and that light's gonna be blowing up. I've been, yeah, you do have to have a sense of humor to stay sane. You really, truly do. I think you have to be a touch insane to stay sane. I eat a lot of tuna, and I should probably be concerned about radiation. But I'm not. I probably won't be here a year from now anyway, so I'm going to eat the shit out of tuna. I got a story to tell you about that. I avoided one of my favorite foods ever, like ever, is strawberries. Oh my goodness, I love strawberries. Always have. Always have. But some point in time when I was a child, I kid you not, that I had heard that if you ate a bunch of strawberries, that the little black seeds they collect in your appendix, and that, you know, somebody that eats a bunch of strawberries all the time is highly susceptible for appendicitis. I'm not joking. I heard this as a child. And so all of my life, I had been very moderate on strawberries because I don't like things like them cutting my guts open and doing stuff. I'm not a fan of that stuff. And so I did, I mean, there's other areas I'm an absolute moron, health-wise, but I at least stayed away from strawberries because I didn't want that. Oh, I was like, what the hell? Anyway, I didn't want that coming up on me. I'll be damned if sometime, I don't know, circa 2006 or something like that when that happened, my appendix exploded on me. Well, you know, it inflamed and it was very painful for like a couple of weeks. And I did go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, it's just a sprain. You sprained a muscle. He gave me some muscle relaxers, sent me home. And that was good for me. That was my stamp of approval, right? Because I went to the doctor. I don't like doctors. Did I ever tell you I don't like doctors? Never have. And so, as my stamp of approval, everything was A-OK. Well, and I kept hurting, and I kept hurting, and I kept hurting. I can deal with a lot of pain, folks. A lot of pain. I went to a Blue October concert on a Friday night. True story. I was in so much pain I could barely walk. but I wasn't going to miss that concert. And Blue October came on stage. It was their foiled tour. They came on stage, Mississippi Nights in St. Louis. And I walked to the rail, to the banister. We were on the outer edge of the place, had some tables and chairs sitting around, you know. We could get drinks and whatnot. So that's where we were at. We weren't on the floor or nothing like that. So I walked up to the rail just to get a little closer, clear shot to see them. And I don't know, it was probably the first song in or right around. All of a sudden it felt like somebody kicked me with everything they had in my abdomen. I mean, it took me to my knees. And again, if you know me, you know me. Not many people do know me. But it takes a lot to take me to my knees. Like, a lot. And I doubled over, went to my knees, and crawled back to the table. I looked at my girlfriend, and I said, 2 Long Island iced teas. I'm not a drinker. I am not a drinker. So when I ordered 2 Long Island iced teas, she knew something was up. Well, I finished the concert out. I didn't leave. Stayed for the rest of the concert. Went home. And the following day I thought, yeah, I better go get this checked out. Well, I'm not a fan of needles. I hate needles. Probably a big reason why I don't like doctors. So I went in and I knew, come on, they got to draw blood. Everybody knows that. Well, I wasn't having it, and I AMA'd my ass out. I don't like needles. I will fight to the death. And so I went home. That was Saturday. Sunday, I build myself up to go get the damn needle in the arm, because this shit's not getting any better, and I'm getting kind of worried. Went back to the different hospital on Sunday. That doctor, I was all ready, man. Jab me with that needle. Jab me. And that doctor wanted to stick his fingers up my butt. No, homie. No, homie. I'm good with the needle in my arm. Your finger in my butt, not happening. AMA out. So I went home. Went to bed Sunday night. Woke up early in the morning, I don't know, 2, 3, something like that. I had to go to the bathroom. Now, I was sleeping on the couch because I had a water bed, and I couldn't get in and out of the water bed because of the pain I was in. So I was sleeping on the couch, and my friend at the time was over to help me because my so-called wife wouldn't. And so about 2 or 3 in the morning, got up, had to go to the bathroom, went in there. She had to help me get in there. I'm going to the bathroom, and all of a sudden it just shuts off, like you'd shut off a light switch. And, I mean, I still had to pee, but there was no peeing. And I was so tired, I was so groggy, I said, hell with it. Pulled my pants up and went and laid back down on the couch. I think it was sometime around 7 or so in the morning when I woke up, and I just could tell by the way that I wasn't thinking, that I couldn't think, that I was in trouble. And I was smart enough still, even in that state, to be like, okay, we know what we got to do. So I started thinking of my social security number, started thinking of my driver's license number. Nah, couldn't memorize. They were gone. Couldn't get them. And immediately at that moment, I looked over at Pat, and she knew. And she was like, now you ready, dumbass? Something to that effect was her words. I'm like, yeah. I couldn't even walk out to the car. She had to carry me. Literally threw me over her shoulder, carried me out to the car, threw my ass in the passenger seat. We lived like a block and a half or so away from the emergency room, so it's not like it was a far trip. Oh, sure enough, she pulled up, carried me on in. The only time I'd ever gone to the hospital that there was no waiting. She was literally carrying me in, and they didn't, they didn't say this paper that they took one look at me, hit the damn button for the door and said, take 'em back there. There was no wait. And, that's what was wrong. My appendix exploded on a Friday night, and I didn't actually go get anything done about it until Monday morning. And no, I should not be here. Plain and simple, I should not be here. That is one of many testimonies that I have. One of many. Yeah. I mean, my appendix exploded Friday night. That's what happened. That was that pain that I felt. They had to go into my organs, my intestines, and my stomach, and I don't know what all else, but they had to go into multiple organs and remove because they said my appendix petrified and then exploded like a hand grenade. That's how they described it to me. And it peppered my my internal organs. And so they had to go in and they had to, I don't remember how long I was under the knife, but it was a pretty considerable amount of time. Because they had to go irrigate all of that out because, all that's toxic stuff. So they had to irrigate all that out. They had to get as many chunks out that they could and stitch anything up they needed to. I should not be here. That is only one instance in my life where I should not be here. But yeah, I'm an idiot. That's pretty much what that story tells you. I don't like doctors, and I'm in pretty bad medical shape right now. And it's not, it's two parts. For one, I don't have a way to get help. And I don't know if I trust them to help. When you have a medical community that can't be for certain what's a male and what's female, I don't know that I can trust them to treat me. I'm just saying. But I really wished I could get a prescription for some inhalers, because obviously I need that. Anyway, Biden warns Israel against Gaza occupation. That was the first thing this morning. Gaza could turn into grave... Oh, I covered that one. Ukraine ignoring Chinese peace plan, says Putin. Western oil sanctions help China save billions of dollars, says Reuters. Minister reports sharp fall in French energy consumption. West fed up with Zelensky, says Lavrov. I guess I'm putting Zelensky and Lavrov together now. That's kind of disgusting. Russia suspends all seafood imports from Japan. Oh, I covered that one. I am still a Russophile, says ex-UK PM to Ukrainian media. Boris Johnson. Former Chinese bank boss arrested on corruption on corruption charges, says Zhao, I don't know how that would be pronounced. I don't know. Can't even make it sound good. I think I think that's Zhao or Chow or something like that. Like Chow Hua. I don't know. I try, I really do, because I would like to know other languages, but I don't got enough brain left in me. I really don't. Ukraine is not a U.S. ally, says ex-Pentagon official. Azerbaijan leader raises flag in recaptured majority Armenian exclave. BRICS now richer than G7, says Putin. Biden wants to fly to Israel, says Politico. Can't even remember which way's the bathroom. I mean, where did he say he wanted to go? I can't remember. What? Muffins? Oh. Banana Empire heir wins Ecuador's election. I'm sure he did that legitimately. Russia warns U.S. over space facilities used to help Ukraine. Yeah, no more spitting down on Russia. Let's see. Russia's Shoigu estimates Ukrainian counteroffensive losses. Was there really even a counteroffensive? I mean, Pentagon on back foot in informational domain, said General. Well, that's been the case for a little while. Hezbollah attacked Israel to avenge murdered journalist, says the media. The U.S. government has $5 billion worth of Bitcoin, says Wall Street Journal. Well, I think they need to hand that right over. Israel told Zelensky not to visit, says media. Oh, I covered that. I laughed about it. U.S. Senator threatens to force Iran out of oil business. Well, you know, you've been trying to do that for a really long time and have failed. And guess what? Now they've got trading partners that kind of make the United States irrelevant. So good luck with that. Ukraine conflict actually began in 2014, says Putin. Poll reveals Russians' view of those who fled amid Ukraine conflict. Cover that one. Trump gets gagged by Washington judge. Hey, it's not as bad as some things you could be gagged by. Soros school labeled undesirable in Russia. EU to establish humanitarian air corps. Oh, I covered that one. Putin talks with Netanyahu and Abbas, says Kremlin. A train full of MEPs accidentally ends up at Disneyland. And you notice they put accidentally in quotes. Disneyland, you say? Whoops, I guess we'll just have to stay a week. Belgium declares terror alert after 2 shot dead. And the last headline, no humanitarian crisis in Gaza, says Israeli ambassador. For some reason, I think he could be biased on the matter. Anyway. I am tired. I am a tired soul. I want to go to bed now. So I can do this again tomorrow. Fun times. I don't know why. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Ready for bed. Probably get up in the morning and work on painting more interior parts in a plane. Anyway, I appreciate you folks putting up with me. I hope you put up with me again tomorrow night. And as always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.